We all know that when you win the lottery, it's like getting a key to a world of infinite choices. But have you ever wondered what the lucky winners bought first? In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the exciting world of what lottery winners bought initially and what it tells us about what all people really want. In this video, we're going to go over the top 8 most crazy purchases ever after winning the lottery. So get ready because this is going to get expensive. Number 8. A back scratcher. The story about a couple from Cumbria who bought a back scratcher after they won the lottery is truly crazy. They hit the jackpot last July, winning a whopping $4.5 million in the Euro Millions lottery. Lee and Helen Kuczynski's first spending as millionaires was quite surprising. A back scratcher for $21. They also got themselves a new home and a car to celebrate their incredible luck. Now, this couple, married for 24 years, had always rented their place and never dreamed they'd own a house. Imagine this: Lee, who drives a lorry, was working when his wife Helen called with the incredible news of their big win. It's such a heartwarming tale. Number 7. A 5-bedroom eco-mansion. There's a guy in Cirencester who calls himself a white van man, living in a simple 3-bedroom house. His name is Nigel Page, and he was 43 years old when, in February 2010, he won a huge $69 million in a jackpot. With all that money, he quickly married his girlfriend Justine, and they moved into a stunning 5-bedroom, eco-friendly mansion in the beautiful Cotswolds. Nigel also gave their old house to their loyal cleaner. Then in 2016, they spent a big $7.5 million to fix up an 8-bedroom Cotswolds mansion that's considered very special. But not everything in Nigel's life turned perfect all at once. He had to pay his ex-wife Wendy a hefty $2.5 million after she asked for some of his money in court. They had separated 10 years before he hit it big. Number 6. Expensive cars. Back in 2018, there was a 51-year-old builder named Andrew Clark who worked for himself in Boston, Lincolnshire. One day, he started hunting for a big house when he learned something brilliant. He held the largest unclaimed lottery ticket ever in the United Kingdom, which made him an instant millionaire. But how did he figure it out? Well, it all began with his habit of gathering lottery tickets in his van. Andrew had collected a bunch of tickets, stashing them in the visor of his Peugeot Expert. Little did he know that this stack was actually worth an enormous $95 million. The turning point was when his partner's niece kept bugging him to check those tickets. Eventually, he gave in. As he went through the tickets one by one, starting from the oldest to the newest, he realized he had won a massive prize. His first reaction was to call his partner and tell her to start searching for a mansion. Number 5. Endless spree of shopping. Vivian Nicholson is a really lucky lady who hit the jackpot in 1961 by winning a huge £152,000 300 in the British football pools. To put it in today's terms, that's like getting a big $3.7 million. Now, what did she do with all that money? Well, Vivian had a famous saying: spend, spend, spend. She went all out, buying beautiful dresses from fancy places like Harrods, snazzy cars that could make James Bond's villains jealous, and she traveled all over the United States and Europe. But if we fast forward to 2007, she was getting by on a meager $109 a week and searching for a job at 71. However, even with her financial struggles, Viv still loves her fantastic clothes and splurges on $90 bottles of perfume after taking 2 baths every day. Despite the ups and downs in her life since her big win, including losing her husband, multiple marriages, a religious change, and even a stroke, Viv kept her sense of humor and reinvented herself many times. Number 4. A huge water park. Back in 2011, John Cutie and his wife Linda won a massive $319 million in the Mega Millions lottery. But what's truly remarkable is what they did with their fortune. Instead of keeping it all to themselves, they decided to do something incredibly kind. They donated a big chunk of it to build a water park called Spray Park in memory of their beloved parents. They gave a generous $200,000 to make this beautiful oasis in Green Island, New York. John Cutie was one of 7 employees at the New York State Homes and Community Renewal who won the $319 million Mega Millions jackpot, and he got $28.7 million of that. After their big win, the Cuties went to their village hall and asked how they could help their hometown. And that's how the spray pool became a reality. These are truly down-to-earth, caring people. Number 3. A luxurious flat. Dave Dawes and Angela Dawes, a couple who live in Wisbech, Cambridgeshire, won the Euro Millions jackpot in October 2011, and it was only the third time they had played the lottery. Talk about luck! Dave worked as a shift supervisor at Premier Foods, and Angela was a volunteer for the British Heart Foundation. Their win was simply amazing. Now here's the surprising part. They decided to share their newly found wealth with their close friends and relatives, giving about $1.25 million to around 20 of them. After that, they treated themselves to a life of luxury. First, they bought a beautiful flat in West London, just a short walk from Chelsea's Stamford Bridge Stadium. But a few years later, they made an even bigger move. They sold that flat for $5.6 million and moved to an even more lavish 6-bedroom manor house in Etchingham, East Sussex. This manor house was once owned by famous singers Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck and cost them a whopping $4.9 million. Number 2. $25.5 million home in Hollywood Hills. Edwin Castro, who made headlines as the winner of the world's largest lottery prize. It was only last November. He struck gold with an unbelievable $2.04 billion Powerball jackpot. With his newfound fortune, Castro made his wildest dreams a reality by buying a luxurious $25.5 million mansion in the heart of Hollywood Hills. This upscale property is a real gem, featuring 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and a long list of amazing amenities, including an infinity pool, a movie theater, a wine cellar, a game room, a steam shower, a fitness center, and even a sauna. And that's just the beginning. Castro's new home is in the company of stars, as he shares the neighborhood with celebrities like Ariana Grande, Dakota Johnson, and Jimmy Kimmel. It's no surprise that this was the most expensive real estate sale in Hollywood Hills this year. And here's the kicker. The deal was sealed on March 1st, just 2 weeks after California lottery officials revealed Castro's identity to comply with state law. Number 1. 400 acres of land and a mansion. Neil Trotter, a car mechanic and racing driver from Coulsdon, who had always dreamed of hitting the jackpot. He thought he'd heard every joke from the TV show Only Fools and Horses. But Neil's luck took a wild turn when he won the Euro Millions jackpot in 2014. And it was worth a staggering $135 million. As he celebrated with his family and friends, he playfully said, "Being Trotters, we were always going to be millionaires one day." What's amazing is that Neil had no clue that his life was about to change when he told his father's office staff that this time tomorrow he'd be a millionaire. It turns out his words were almost like magic because within hours, he became the 4th largest lottery winner in the entire country. It was an incredible statement that came true, and Neil was over the moon. With his newfound wealth, Neil didn't hold back. He used it to buy a magnificent mansion that had a rich history. This Grade 2 listed mansion came with its own lake and a sprawling 400 acres of land. It was a dream come true for Neil and his family, like something out of a real-life fairy tale. There you have it, folks. Do let us know in the comments which was your favorite story, and do consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next video.